and some talks before we launched the project actually, and before we started this survey. So just a summary information, how actually see the use of videos, the teachers and the students. So the very short sum up, right? Firstly, on the professor side, that was, as I said, gathered through interviews, focus group, and what came out actually is a resistance. On the teacher side, it's a resistance. So first of all, it's not easy to find material. It takes too long. You really need to prepare. There are only a few good IB-focused cases, or even if there is IB-related material, it's not focused to theory, to key concepts. Some are also saying these videos are blocking the discussion, you can't attract them to discuss later on, which is actually related to capacity to see it, so it's hard to guide the discussion because they've got so many ideas. There are constant changes in material, so it's not worth to invest. So, and of course, big issue within these talks was no institutional support or poor institutional support, and they stay alone with technical problems. And even when universities are on the declarative level supporting innovative teaching, it's a huge gap in reality between real support and de facto support and support on paper. But there, of course, there are motivators as well. This is real world, as they say. It's complemented to textbook. They see, professors mostly see this as a complement to textbook, to written material. It is a huge motivation incentive. So basically, the teachers that I've interviewed actually use a lot this for motivation, either for students or for themselves. For example, it works really well if instead of putting a curriculum of a course, they rather put a movie. And if you, for example, for Erasmus Exchange, if you have a movie about the course, of course, that's the signal. Oh, that's up-to-date course. I'll select this. So immediately, that's very strong motivation. Here it was mentioned experiential learning. Of course, teachers are aware that this is a strong tool. And actually, this is, on the other hand, those who started to teach with videos, I was really impressed how deep they can go. I mean, there are new research topics. As you said, it's not only on the research going deeper into teaching, but even within firms that you cooperate with, actually develop, realize how many problems there are beside the problems you're working on, and it's going on. So they discover new research methods, they discover new ways of communication with students. So suddenly from videos about the topic, they go to videos about how to correct their projects, how to communicate. So videos are used increasingly for any other task which was not planned ahead. So and there are new platforms and new models. How do they communicate? How do they interact? And how do they actually build relationship? And at the end of the day, create value out of it. So I was really impressed. On the student side, of course, there's lots more pros than cons, vice versa. So yes, students may be bored. They don't like long video. They hate if they don't have chapters. That's something that's why brand whispering is fine, because it the video has chapters in a way, and you can switch it. And that's, when I was asking students, if you compare textbook and videos, what do you like, what do you prefer? Yes, I want to have chapters, and with video, I always look for these seconds. That's annoying. I would prefer video with chapters in a way. Sometimes they miss a lack of interaction with professors, so that's again ability to teach, right? And sometimes they feel they are not focused enough related to materials. But on the other hand, they get motivated. They find videos interesting, impactful. They help them understand, think better. It's up-to-date knowledge. But on the other hand, it's not just for up-to-date topic. what we need all with globalization backlash is knowledge of history. And I've realized actually that learning history through videos is much more preferred by students than reading. I mean, books exist, but we still do not know about history a lot. So it's very important that actually these historical insights are also offered through video materials, right? And they are much more able to apply knowledge because they are able to think about situation. They remember the face of courageous manager who solved the problem, and actually that's an incentive. I'll solve it too. So it's a huge incentive. And on the other hand, students, they don't find really just as a complementary material. They say, if I would be offered a video textbook or a textbook, of course I would go for video textbook. No question for me, for many students. So they see the substitution effect much stronger than the professors at the moment. So to sum up on what was encouraging for our project, actually, yes, it's important to start in spite of the resistance, a sort of resistance on the professor side. Actually, there's huge demand, there's huge wish on the side of students, right? We can expand this use of video, but on the other hand, skills are needed. Video is not enough. So many issues that we rise actually are telling us we need to get experience how to do. That's why we are so grateful for your lecture, Professor Garcia, actually, because those with miles can help us a lot indeed. And on the other hand, what's good, those who started are all saying it's a fast learning process. You just have to start, you learn fast, and there are incredible possibilities for further use. So indeed, the innovation in teaching, in research, and then the end of the day socializing and adding value is unpredictable. So that's what encouraged us for the project. Thank you.